Yes, guys, what is up? Hope everybody is keeping well and welcome back to the channel. I could just see a comment there about the international break. I said it in my video during the week. Yeah, that's something I haven't felt as an Irish football fan over the last couple of years. Sad to see that international break ending. We're coming live from London, live in a hotel in London. I'm sitting kind of sideways. It's a posh enough hotel, but there was no chair in the room, so I had to go out into the hallway, drag this big bulky chair into the room. It doesn't fit, so I'm kind of sitting this way. So ignore that. But yeah, we're over in London with work. Going to the Arsenal and Spurs game tomorrow. And I also have a full packet of Topps Premier League traded cards. So we might open one or two packs during the stream, and let's see if we can pack any decent players. But yeah, so that's the reason why I'm sitting this way. But yeah, hope everybody is keeping well. Who have we got in the chat there? We've got Ryan, Sheldon, Michael O'Connor, as always. Shout out Michael, Ian, good man Ian. Hope we're keeping well from Australia. And Saw Doctor 1998. Shout out to the Hungarians who wasted about 30 minutes of their own time. Yeah, what a game that was, Jesus Christ. I definitely gave my girlfriend the ick. I think she's watching here now, but when Parrott scored that goal at the very end, I went absolutely crazy. Decent draw then as well, and if we get through the first game, we will have a home game, presumably against Denmark. But yeah, we'll worry about that come March. It's a decent draw at least. We won't book the flights just yet, but still buzzing after that. Yeah. Who are we there? Ian, hope we're keeping well, man. Shout out to all the Aussies enjoying Trav Ball right now. What's Trav Ball, Ian? What are we here then anyway? Yeah, do give us a like on the stream. We're close to 20 viewers at the moment. Let's try and push the stream out to a few more people around the world. We're going well. We're 92k overall. Saka captain last week. I think I'm going to go Saka again this week. With the fact I'm going to be going to the Arsenal and Spurs game. Shout out to my father there. Good morning FPL in the chat. He's up bright and early to be watching us here, so good stuff on that, Dad. Good man. Michael, morning pal, morning all. Ryan O'Mara in the chat, as always. Ryan, good man. Who will start ahead of Scales now that he's suspended? They'll hardly bring Johnny Egan into the team. I don't know, probably not. Unless they bring Manning left back like they did when he came on in the second half. McTom had a great goal, bicycle kick. Yeah, what a game, that Scotland game. Scotland tried to outdo the Irish with that game, but yeah, even Kenny McLean, he wasn't even meant to be in the squad. Was it a late injury or something? And then he came on, did that to send Scotland to the World Cup. Crazy. Hopefully we'll be joining the Scottish, but that's not until March anyway. Right, let's get into this anyway. Send in any questions as you can, and let's try and keep you entertained for the next hour or so. Well, lad, can you do the usual, please, Michael? No bother, we'll get into that then as well. First thing, obviously, the Gabriel injury. He's out for a number of weeks. To be honest, I wanted Van Dijk into the team anyway, so it kind of made the transfer easy. I don't know what was I going to downgrade and die and upgrade Esteve or Mukulele? Probably not Mukulele. I have a soft spot for him, and yeah, at least Van Dijk's in the team now. 5.9 million. He rose last night. So those fixtures. Let me just get up the fixtures for Van Dijk there. Looking at Van Dijk with that fixture run for Liverpool, he was always going to come back into the team. I got rid of him 2 or 3 weeks ago. For Munoz, but these fixtures for Van Dijk: Forest, West Ham, Sunderland, Leeds, especially the next 4. Fair enough, Brighton, maybe not for a clean sheet, but up until game week 20 and even 20 through 20, yeah, they're yeah. He's going to take away the DEFCON anyway. I know they've only got 3 clean sheets so far this season, Liverpool, but over the next 4, I'm expecting at least 2 clean sheets. I spoke it into the existence the last time when I brought Gabriel into my team. I'm going to speak it into existence now. Van Dijk is getting an attacking return this week against Nottingham Forest. I have one Liverpool player. Someone's asking on Semenyo then as well. I might take out Semenyo yet. I do have a second free transfer. I can't get to him, Wemo. I'm looking at Gakpo. Minta maybe, but I prefer a second Liverpool player over a Brighton player with those fixtures. Whether it's going to be Gakpo, Wirtz is out for the next while also. Conor Bradley, Szoboszlai could be a shout then too, but Conor Bradley seems to be injured then as well, so you'd expect Szoboszlai to move back into that right back role. That's what we have to decide on before the deadline. What else do we hear then? Right, let's get into the Discord. So Michael, send it in if you haven't done so already. If you are new to the channel, if you're watching for the first time, welcome to the channel. Head on down there, give the stream a like if you wouldn't mind. We're on 3 likes at the moment. Let's try and get to 10 in the next couple of minutes or so. and get this pushed out around the world. And while you're down there, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Sheldon saying Gakpo should be the best, to be fair. Yeah, there's a few people thinking he might be rotated yet. I don't think I saw Isak was playing left wing in training with Ekatike up front. That doesn't sound great for Gakpo, but I do think he's not fully nailed, but I think he's got a good chance of starting the next couple anyway. The only thing though, if there's a bit of uncertainty, we're coming into that busy period around Christmas where we need to be making sure the players we're bringing in, or the players we have in our team, are going to be consistently starting with games coming thick and fast. I think there's a FPL deadline every 5 days for the next couple of weeks anyway, yeah, so their games are going to be coming thick and fast. There's midweek games as well at the start of December. Isn't there the 2nd of December? Let me get this up quickly here. 2nd of December and then into the 6th straight away. 2nd of December Tuesday, then Saturday 6th of December, yeah, so we've lots to come as well. Free hits, triple captaincy then as well. But yeah, right, what was I even doing there? What was I looking up? My mind has gone blank. Anyway, oh yeah, Michael into the Discord, sorry. Right, send it in there, Michael. 2 free transfers, 0.6 in the bank. What's the play here? Right, so he's got Ryan goals, Virgil, Senesi, Anderson this week. That's all good there. You're benching Keenan this save. Sarr in Dice, Semenyo, Bruno Fernandes, Saka, Haaland, Mateta. You can nearly roll. You've Virgil in already, so you're going Raya, Virgil, Senesi, Anderson, Sarr in Dice, Semenyo, Bruno, Saka. 3-5-2. Very strong team. Just need to decide on the captaincy, so Michael. I'm going Saka, as I said, because I'll be there in person. So don't be pushed into captain and Saka. It paid off last week for us, but we got very lucky with Haaland missing that penalty. But I do think it's worth the risk. Newcastle away from Man City isn't the easiest of fixtures at all. Saka has a good record against Spurs as well. 3 goals and 5 assists, as I said in the YouTube video during the week, in 7 fixtures. And with the fact they're at home, I do think he gets a return. If Haaland comes away with 1 return tonight, I'm happy enough with that. 2, I think I'm in bother. But I do think it's worth the risk taken, especially with Newcastle away. I said it last week with Liverpool. That being said, I'm going to say it again. We got very, very lucky. He missed the penalty. Didn't come away with any bonus points either. And then with the fact Saka got an additional 2 points of DEFCON and the 3 bonus then as well. We got very lucky that day. Right. Let us know, Michael, who you're captain in. Yeah. Back to this. Travis Head destroying England in the Ashes, 100 off, only 6-9 ball. I don't understand cricket, Ian, but fair enough. I think that's good news for you anyway. Good stuff. Nathan Collins in for Gabriel, saw doctor. No, it has to be Van Dijk this week. Van Dijk, Munoz, and then another Arsenal defender. That's how I'd rank it. If you don't have Munoz, he's second after Van Dijk. I'd still prioritise Van Dijk, just those fixtures for Liverpool. Munoz this week this week Munoz will do better than Van Dijk, but it's a long-term move bringing in Van Dijk, so try and have the two if you can, but I'd have it Van Dijk, Munoz, and then an Arsenal defender. That's the worst thing now about the Gabriel injury. The Arsenal defence is going to be in and around, maybe even over 100% effective ownership, so that means if they're over 100% effective ownership, you want, even if you have Ryan in your team, you want Arsenal to concede. So it's not going to be ideal. Best defence in the league, 7 clean sheets in 11. But I do think they might struggle defensive wise anyway with Gabriel gone. But yeah, he's arguably the best defender in the league. So I think they might struggle. But that's why I haven't opted for the second Arsenal defender, and that's why I've gone Van Dijk in the team. Gakpo should be the best, to be fair. Yeah, what about Gravenberch as well? I don't think so on Gravenberch. I'd have it Gakpo, Szoboszlai and Gravenberch if you're going for a cheap Liverpool midfielder. Gravenberch is kind of hit and miss every week. He might come away with a massive haul one week and not do something for the next 4 or 5 weeks, but I wouldn't be going Gravenberch, to be honest with you. Szoboszlai, yes, but don't forget he's on 4 yellow cards too. Gakpo, I think, in and around that 6.5 to 7.3, 7.4. I'd have it on Gakpo there then as well. Trezin Pelé 7113. Morning. Should I sell Gabriel and Pope to Van Dijk and Raya, or just keep Pope and do Gabriel to Timber? You could just do Gabriel to Van Dijk. Easy. There you go. Pope, he might make a few saves against City. It's not an ideal fixture for him. I'll be hoping he keeps a Haaland out anyway. So maybe just go for it. Yeah. I wouldn't bother doing the keeper transfer. They always kind of backfire doing keeper transfers anyway. So Gabriel to Van Dijk, and you're good to go then. Haaland hat-trick incoming, Saka blank. That'd be terrible if that happens. Michael O'Connor's on Saka captain Is Semenyo a sell for me considering my bench? Who's on the bench again, Michael? Let's take a look at your bench here. Maybe Esteve, Keane. You've Keane as cover, but he's playing United. He might get some DEFCON Monday night. Apart from that, it's not an ideal bench. I'm in two minds, Michael, to be honest with you. I haven't fully locked in on selling Semenyo. I do think he'll probably will start, but it's just the fact is that we're taking a risk going away from Semenyo. It's only because, don't forget, they're going to the World Cup, but they're not going to the African Cup of Nations, Semenyo. So with Semenyo, he's a player you want around the Christmas time because he will be playing every week. Is he probably going to be on penalties? Maybe, but you do want to keep Semenyo for his nailness. It's just whether or not this week he is going to play. And you're looking at your bench there, Guy, Michael Keane, and Esteve isn't ideal, but that's going to be a call I'm going to make later on in the stream if I do take out Semenyo. For now, he's staying on my team, but that's something I'm going to have to decide on later on. How's my dad doing in FPL? He's not doing it at all. He just cheers on my one. But I must get him doing the team next year. Pope to Alisson for free. Probably even not for free, to be honest with you. Don't bother wasting transfers on goalkeepers. How are Newcastle's fixtures after this game? They might even still be okay. Obviously, Dan Burn is suspended for the City game, which might affect their clean sheet potential. City, Everton, Spurs, Burnley, Sunderland. They're not the worst fixtures for Pope. He's been ticking along. He hasn't really actually they've been conceding goals. If you have a couple of transfers, yes. If you don't, no. I wouldn't be. If you only had 2 free transfers this week, you're already using one on Gabriel to Van Dijk. If you only have one transfer left, I wouldn't be doing a goalkeeper transfer. If you have a couple of free transfers, do say you're on 4 or 5 transfers this week. Pope to Alisson is good to go because we have 5 additional transfers with AFCON on the horizon too. So I'd probably move them on. If you have the couple of transfers, if you only have one left, Sally Nails, sorry, don't do that. Right, Gakpo could be a shout. Got a goal and assist in the international break also, saw Doctor. Yeah, I think I want to maybe target that Nottingham Forest game. Maybe I'm at that rank now where it's probably time to push on. Maybe the Saka captaincy is probably bold enough as is without taking out Semenyo. What is he around now? Surely 60% ownership in the game, Semenyo. What is he there? Yeah, 59.6% ownership. So if I take Semenyo out and he does something, I'm already setting myself up for a red arrow. Then especially if if Haaland does something and Saka isn't, well, Saka plays Sunday, but if Haaland does something, it's going to be a nervy wait. Then waiting for a Saka return on Sunday. So let's see if I'm feeling bold anyway with the captaincy this week. Let's see if I'm feeling even bolder towards the end of the stream. But for now, I'm about 70% keeping Semenyo. That might change towards the end of the stream, but we've an hour and 43 minutes to decide, so let's see how we get on this week. Safe, going without Arsenal defender. Maybe Trez, if you don't have one already, more than should I sell Gabriel and Pope to Van Dijk and Raya, or just keep Pope and do Gabriel? If it's for free, Trez, do it. If not, if you don't have an Arsenal defender altogether, maybe you should be getting one in. You should have had one in ages ago. But if you don't have one, if those two are for free, Pope and Raya, Pope to Raya, Gabriel to Van Dijk, that's a good move. Any insurance wise, getting an Arsenal defender, so I'd be saying go for that. Only for free though. If not, just do the Van Dijk move. But Lucy here too, good stuff. Right, what have we? Phantom Hawk 8912, Semenyo to Mbeumo, Burn to Senesi, Gabriel to Saliba. Does this look good? I've 3 free transfers. Semenyo to Mbeumo is fine. Burn to Senesi is good because he's suspended. Gabriel to Saliba. If you want to go a bit more risky, Timber wasn't spotted in any training photos, but I think he will be fine to play. He had a bad gash on his leg after that game during the week, but I think he should be fine. Semenyo to Mbeumo's fine. Senesi, Gabriel to Saliba. If you want to be a bit more rogue on your attacking threat, maybe go Timber, but Saliba is the safe option. You should get some DEFCON then as well with Saliba, so I'll leave that up to you to decide on. But those three free transfers, Phantom Hawk, nothing wrong with those. Fenerbahce in the chat then. Fenerbahce, hope you're keeping well, man. Good to see you here as always. Who's the best captain of everyone who is in discussion for it? Do you know what? Bon go. Let's get a poll going. So and let's see how many people I'm up against this week with the captaincy. Game week 12 captaincy pick. Right, so Haaland. Even Mateda's a nice shout this week too. Saka. If you have Salah, I'm going to throw Salah in as well. Let's see if anyone still has Salah. And Mateta. If you still have Salah, probably this is the week you need to be captain in Salah anyway. He's had his rest after the international break. Let's see if Liverpool are a new team after the break. But buy Virgil or Timber then. If you're only doing the one transfer, Virgil. If you're doing the two, do the two. Captain Mateta or Mbeumo and do a start Pope or Dubravka. Start Pope for the saves maybe. Captain Mateta or Mbeumo. I'd be captain Mateta out of those. I've Haaland, Pedro, Mateta and Sar, Semenyo, Mbeumo, Bono. What are we saying? The best captain out of those? Probably Haaland out of those. Pity you don't have Mateta and Haaland is close. 50% already for Mateta is interesting. I'm thinking about Sar, massive differential. He's been poor since I brought him in the last 2 or 3 weeks. No return. He's doing very well in Europe, getting returns in Europe, which isn't ideal as an FPL manager. Wolves away, 25 goals conceded by Wolves in the open 11 fixtures. Surely this is the week now. Every one of my Palace players, I'm on the triple up this week. Surely this is the week. The three of them return. Fenerbahce, thoughts on Parrott and Ronaldo, mate. Congrats on both wins as well. Yeah, it was a weird one. Even he was playing to the crowd, Ronaldo then as well, and I was actually coming back from Dublin from a shoot, so I missed the first goal, but he took the second one very well. Ireland played very well. We actually kept the ball in the game where we couldn't, and it's still a 2-0 when they had 11 men. I wasn't confident, but then as soon as Ronaldo got sent off, that was pretty much the 3 points in. But then it was no good beating Portugal without beating Hungary, and we got off to a terrible start. Still convinced it was offside, but I don't think it was for the offside goal. They were very quick over that, moving the play on. But we came back. I love Ogbene. At least it's in March. That hamstring has been pulled, but he'll be back for March surely. Just need to wrap up hard in Wool, but it's mad the way things go with Ferguson getting injured. Parrott gets his chance in as well. Johnny Kenny got his chance in off the bench too. It's great to see the bit of versatility we have in the Ireland team at the moment then too. But yeah, that last goal for Parrott, there was always a chance when it went, what was it, 5.5 minutes, and I thought after the Johnny Kenny miss that was it, but you couldn't do much more. Kenny, that was some save by the hungry keeper, and we got that. And I said it earlier on the stream, I went absolutely crazy when that goal went in. If anyone's going to Prague, do let us know. I saw the flights are around €900 return, which is crazy. But even to be there, never mind getting a ticket. I think we might only get 1,000 tickets for the away fans. But yeah, I'll be watching it in Galway or wherever I'll be, but I won't be in Prague. But surely I'll be there if we get to the final. But yeah, let's get through the first game first. Bono, I support Newcastle though, so can't go against my own. In FPL, sometimes you have to. If you don't want to go Haaland, surely you have to go Mateta there. How's the 43% on Haaland? Saka is only on 14%. Haaland and Mateta is very close there. Wow, okay. Nothing wrong with a star differential. If you're chasing rank, I don't even know if I'd do it this week. Maybe just leave him in your team as is. He needs to start getting returns in the league first before considering captaining him. But he'll be gone soon enough, so maybe it's worth a risk. That Wolves game, as I said, 25 goals conceded in the first 11 games. Surely Palace get 2 or 3 in that game. I should have picked him in the last man standing. I went Liverpool. I was rushing when I was picking my team, but yeah, surely we get some. Bono 11k. Wow, you're flying. You don't need to listen to me, so man. I'm 92k, which is good going at least, but 11k, you're absolutely flying. Go against Haaland if you want. I think it is a week to go against Haaland. I said it last week then as well. Liverpool, Newcastle away is not the easiest of fixtures, but if you are at 11k, maybe you do play it safe. Phantom Hawk, is Gahey going to play and do a transfer out Sarr? He's not been scoring any time I started him. Keep Sarr, and you can't get rid of him before that Wolves fixture. Let me just see again on Gahey. I think he didn't train, but did Glasner say he was okay then? I'm just going to look up his code here quickly. Oh yeah, he's back to training on Wednesday, so Gahey should be fine. I wouldn't bother transferring him out. Do not transfer out any Palace player who's fit before Wolves away. I think they're gonna do well this week. Bongo 11k, maybe you should play it safe. Ekitike captain Sakib, nothing wrong with it. I do think he'll start up front. It's Forest at home, surely you'd expect at least 2 goals from Liverpool. If you have a Liverpool attacker, Salah or Ekitike, if you have Salah in your team, you have to be captain Salah. He shouldn't be there at all. But nothing wrong with Ekitike. Who let us know the other options Sakib there then as well. 7% on Salah. AU Welbeck, Chalobah, Minta, Timber 2 to start. You're gonna have to start Timber and Minta out of those. No, Chalobah, surely can. They're all starters there. Chalobah at home to Burnley, you have to play him. Minta against Brentford at home, isn't it? Even Welbeck, surely you can start 2 of those. If you have your bench boost, maybe you can play it this week then as well. If you haven't played your wild card yet, there's a lot of injuries after this international break. Don't be afraid to play it. You have it up until the first half of the season to play it, and we get 5 free transfers. So if you're saving your wild card, use it now. Get it out of the way. Right, let's have a look over at this. Keep the questions coming if you can. We're on 11 likes. Let's try and get to 15 in the next couple of minutes or so, and try and get a push out to a few more people around the world. But have a look in this Patreon then as well, Shane. Grand. No bother, lad. I'll send it again. Right, sound. I'm actually going to open a pack then in a second then as well. Let's see who we can pack in one of these trading cards packs. And if you're outside the Emirates and if you see us, come up and say hello. I've got plenty of these Premier League packs to give away to people who hop into the video then as well. So if you are going to the game, if you're a subscriber of the channel, come over, say hello, and we'll throw you a pack of cards. Walt or Xhaka for first bench. If you've Walter made, should you be playing him? Send in the rest of your team there, Trez. If you have Walter made at that price, surely you have to be playing him or getting rid of him. Marcus Flynn here. 1 free transfer, 0.3. Any changes? Timber, Senesi, Munoz, Semenyo, Bruno, Sarr, Minta, Haaland, Mateta, Walter made. Looks good there. You can roll. I might get rid of Semenyo. And then FPL bringing in Van Dijk for Gabriel, Rice for Semenyo. I don't have enough for Saka. Maybe just the defensive transfer is fine. Right, let's we'll go back and forth throughout the chat anyway. FTBL09, hope you're keeping well, man. Is removing Grealish for Szoboszlai good transfer? I don't think so. Szoboszlai is probably going to be playing right back in that game, so I wouldn't do that transfer. Grealish could probably even get something against us. I haven't Dye in the team. I do think I do think Everton will probably score against us. So I'd leave him in the team. Leave Grealish in the team. He can easily do well. He's just unlucky not to have scored in the last couple of games. When Dye has been taken away. Phantom Hawk, Pope, Saliba, Timber, Gehi, Caicedo. Maybe Caicedo has to go for you. Mbuemo, Saka, Sarr, Haaland, Welbeck, and Mateta. Bench Dubravka, Rodon, Xhaka, Senesi. I'm confused if I should start Senesi in for yes. Who? Probably not. No, you can surely start Gehi. You have to start the 2 Arsenal lads, which is fine. Pope is there as grand. Move Senesi first bench anyway. Caicedo, Mbuemo, Saka, Sarr. How much have you in the bank for a Caicedo replacement? He played 180 minutes during the international break. Chelsea in the early kick-off then as well. I wouldn't be surprised if Caicedo's benched. So let us know on that one if you wouldn't mind there. Semenyo out. I saw the clip when he was coming off injured for Ghana, but I think he was just rushing home to get what's Lisa saying to me here. He was rushing home to propose to his girlfriend, but yeah, he looked okay. It's an injury that's been aggravating him for the last couple of weeks, is what Areola said. So is it a risk to go against him? I don't want him to be benched, as then I've only Ukulele or Stevie on the bench. So let's see how we go. But for now, I'm probably leaning towards keeping him, as I said, about 70 down to 65% chance now, keeping him. But I may transfer him out for Gakpo. We'll see. Enzo earned Dye for -4 to Saka. If you're going to captain Saka for that, Josh, yes. If you're not going to captain Saka, don't do it. It's not worth the hit. Bench Chalobah, earn die. I always start the attacker, but Elohim, surely you can start Chalobah in defence also with that Burnley fixture. Surely you can. Phantom, back to you then. I'm confused. Yeah, leave Semenyo on the bench, start the 2 Arsenal lads, and you're good to go then. Any news on Konsa? Let's have a look at any news on Konsa. He's fit. He's back in training. There's your news, FPL07. He's back in training and he's fit for the weekend. So if you have him, all good to go. Right, all good there. Don't want to risk Semenyo not playing since I'm bench boost with Timber, Munoz, Virgil, Anderson, Senesi, Raya, Petrovic, Ndai, Semenyo, Minta, Sarr, Garnacho, Thiago, Mateta, Haaland. That's a nice bench boost. I think you'll be okay though. How's the captaincy poll there? Saka's number 1. Wow, I didn't expect that now. Should I take Semenyo out starter? I'm in 2 minds on Semenyo leaving the team, to be honest with you. We'll see where we end up before the deadline, but I think he will start. He's pretty much their talisman in here. So if he's fit, he'll surely start. It's just the fact he hasn't been spotted training. I'm between Saka captain and Mbeumo captain. What do you think? Thanks. Tamsin P123. I'd probably leave it on Saka, to be honest with you. He did well for me last week. I'm happy enough to go again with him this week. So let's see how he gets on. Right then, we're just after 9:30. We're on 15 likes in the chat. If we can get up to 20 likes in the next couple of minutes or so, that'd be great. And if you are watching and you're not subscribed, there's about 50 or 60, probably 60% more of a plus of my viewers who watch me aren't actually subscribed. So if you're one of those, you're watching this stream, we're doing well this season. If you wouldn't mind returning the favour, if you're following me every week, go down there, click subscribe on the channel, and yeah, we're trying to get to 10k subs this season. It'd be class if we could. We've a lot of work to do yet now, but yeah, if you're watching and you're not subscribed, go down there, click subscribe, and yeah, that'd be very much appreciated. Starting 11, so Treslin, Pillay, Pope, Chalobah, Richards, Virgil, Senesi, Minta, Sarr, Saka, Semenyo, Haaland, Mateta. That's nice. You're going 4-4-2. Chalobah, Richards, Virgil, Senesi is fine. Yeah, I think you can probably afford to bench Walter mid there. Senesi, if he concedes, he'll get some DEFCON. Richards then as well. I'm starting Munoz, so I'm thinking Palace won't concede. So Richards has a good chance of getting DEFCON there also. So maybe you just have to bench Walter mid. It's a pity you're benching a striker with that at that price tag also, but I think you have to do. I have 0.4 in the bank, so do I play Senesi for Caicedo? Let's wait and see if we get some Chelsea news before the deadline. But same thing happened to me when I was playing my bench boost. 35 pointer bench boost in game again. I'm laughing at it because I keep bringing it up. I'm not gloating. I'm just going back to that week. It started off to disaster. Early kickoff for Chelsea. I think it was after an international break also, and Caicedo was benched. So I wouldn't be surprised if the same thing happens again with him playing 180 minutes, 90 minutes on both games. So yeah, let's see where we go. Right, we're actually going to take a break and we're going to open one of these packs. Basically, I need to pack an Arsenal player for a video later today, so I have to go through a couple of these packs. So the price of these packs are gone crazy. I remember when I was younger being able to open one of these for less than €1, 80 cents. They're like something like €4 something for one of these packs. I have about 30 of these packs here. So as I said, if you're at the Emirates on Sunday, if you see me, call over, say hello, and I can give you one of these packs. Right, we're going to hop into one of these. Let us know in the comments who you think I am going to pack. Something different while we have the big box of these, and we'll get back into the chat then in a second. What I'm doing this, if you wouldn't mind, if you haven't done so already, go down there, drop a like on the stream. I'm going to predict we're going to say we're going to get an Arsenal player first pack, because I do need one, and the chance is probably pretty high to pack an Arsenal player in a Premier League pack. So let's see where we go. Right, so first up there, Alan Brown of Ireland, who doesn't even play for Sunderland anymore. Is he not with Preston? Or maybe he did move. Christian Norgard of Brentford, not a great start there. Now the Arsenal man, he's gone as well. Pervious Estepinian, FPL GOAT last year, the year before, he's not there either. He hasn't been there all season. Just the boy we were chatting about then as well, Moses Caicedo. Maybe that means he is going to start. Eddie Nketiah, not the Arsenal man we wanted. Wow. Retro Kevin Doyle, the RTU2 pundit then as well. Good to see you there, Kevin. And Boubacar Kamara, no Arsenal player by the looks of it there. Bernardo Silva, not ideal. Morgan Rogers and a Crystal Palace badge on screen there. That probably cements the 3 returns for my Crystal Palace lads. No Arsenal player in the first pack, that's alright. We might open one later on the stream then as well, because I do have to pack an Arsenal player for something later today anyway. So let's see. First pack was a bit crap anyway. A couple of Irish players, which is kind of funny. Kevin Doyle, Alan Brown. Who else did we get? Maybe it was just 2. Kevin Doyle, Alan Brown. Right. Good to see that then as well. What's Lisa texting me there? The text on screen has extra wit. Oh, right. And I'm gonna have to sort that in a bit. Right. Morning, bro. Bench 1 out of Senesi, Richards, and Ndai. Hi. Which 2 should I bench? Enzo Semenyo. Right. My work phone is over here. I might have to sort something quickly. This is great. Now we're wait, right, so let me just sort this. Right, gonna do this quickly here. Right, so bear with us 1 second. This is the joys of working. And right, about to hit them. Right, let's go there. All good. Bang. Cool. Right. All good. That's it sorted. Right. Right, all good there. I'm going to have to turn off the phone now. Which 2 should I bench? Enzo, Semenyo, Caicedo, or Senesi? Back to Cohen there. Probably Caicedo. Surely you have to start Enzo. He's back there. Semenyo, Caicedo, or Senesi out of those. Caicedo's probably going to have to be benched. Let's wait until... yeah, download it again. Right. Morning, bro. Bench 1 out of Senesi, Richards, and Ndai. Bench 1 out of those. Probably Ndai. Senesi and Richards have a good chance of getting DEFCON and clean sheets, so maybe leave it off at that. Right, what else have we then? Sakib, who are the best Semenyo replacements? Have same as you, except I've Baleba over Bruno. Right, if you don't have Bruno Fernandes, surely you have money in the bank to get Bruno or Mbeumo. I'd be going Bruno or Mbeumo over Gakpo anyway. So go with that. Right, just going to double check if this is all okay now. Grand, all good. Bang. Bang. Right, I'm going to have to turn off the work phone now. Grand. Mo, back to you there though. Bench 1 probably Ndai out of those. Senesi and Richards, surely. Sending the rest of the team there, Mo. Surely you can get Ndai into the team then as well. I do think Everton might score then too, so maybe you can fit him in. Right, back to this then as well. Phantom, who do I play? Senesi for Caicedo. Let's wait and see on the lineups for Chelsea. And between captain and Salah or Munoz, have Saka and Haaland as well, but rather pick the first 2 this game. Like Salah or Munoz. If you have Salah, you have Saka, Haaland, and Salah and Munoz. Wow, you must have some team value there, Fenerbahce. But Salah or Munoz, captain of those has to be Salah. Saka and Haaland. I'd put probably Saka even level on Salah. Maybe not. Salah. It's mad to see 6% on Salah, considering how he was last year. But that's how quick FPL goes. But yeah, Salah, Saka, Haaland, just about in that order there is what I'd be going for. FTBL07 have 3 free transfers that need to make 5 changes. Who are the 3 you are selling for free? Semenyo, Kudos, Van de Ven, Gabriel, Rodon. Well, Gabriel's their first priority out anyway. Gabriel to Van Dijk. Van de Ven, who's the rest of your defence there? Van de Ven to Munoz if you don't have him already. Gabriel to Van Dijk, Van de Ven to Munoz. Kudus. Depends how much you have in the bank then. FTBL07. Let us know what you've left. But Gabriel and Van de Ven, sure you have to go. Van Dijk and Munoz if you can get to that. What do you think of Gabriel to Kanate and Wall to mid to Mateta? And should I take out Semenyo? Gabriel to Kanate, if that gives you the money to do ultimate to Mateta, I'd go for that. If you can do Van Dijk instead of Kanate, go for that. More chance of a Van Dijk team, or more chance of a Van Dijk return, attacking return anyway than Kanate. Ultimate to Mateta is a good shout there. Even if you wanted to captain Mateta, there's nothing wrong with that this week. I use wildcard. Can you see my team? Send it in there, P, if you can. Who are the best Semenyo replacements over Bruno? Yeah, as I was saying there, Bruno Fernandes or Mbeumo should be priority transferring in this week if you haven't one of the United lads. Cam in the chat then also Pope, Guehi, Senesi, Alderete, Gabriel, Byrne. Would you do Gabriel to Van Dijk, play him over Alderete? Maybe. Saka vice captain, Enzo, Rice, Sarr, Semenyo, Haaland, Mateta, Welbeck. One free transfer, Pope to Sanchez, then play Alderete or Gabriel to Van Dijk. You probably should have done it last night to get on the price changes, but sure, look, do it now. 6 million for Van Dijk with those fixtures, you're still getting some decent value there. Doing Van Dijk in, so I'd go for that there. We're on 23 likes. If we can get to 30 likes in the next couple of minutes, we got a few new subs there, so we really do appreciate that. If you are watching and you haven't subscribed to the channel, head on down there, click subscribe on the channel, and I'll help you get some green hours over the next couple of weeks. What do you think about Gabriel? Yeah, we did that already. Sorry. Should I sell Enzo for Saka? If it's for free, yes. If not, if it's for hit, I wouldn't do it. Enzo was back in training. If you're going to captain Saka, go for it. If not, maybe not worth it. Even if it's for a hit, then I wouldn't bother doing that then. Kieran Cool 301, Raya, Truffert, Munoz, Lacroix, Rice, Bruno, Mbeumo, Minta, Rice, 2 Rices, Semenyo, Erling and Mateta. John Philippe, captain, Ruffs and Ukulele on the bench could pick up some points. It definitely could. I'm currently benching Ukulele for now. Going through the team there, Raya, Truffert, Munoz, Lacroix. Double Crystal Palace is fair enough over Ukulele. Maybe the Bournemouth man, but he's good for getting some bonus points through fair if they do get their clean sheet. So maybe keep him in there. Rice, Bruno, Mbeumo, Minta is a nice midfield, and Semenyo then as well. Haaland and Mateta. That's a strong team there. You don't have Saka. I probably would have Haaland captain over Mateta if I had him in the team there. I just think with the extra point for a goal for Saka, an extra point for a clean sheet if they do get one. But that being said, if the Arsenal offence is around the 100% effective ownership, I'll be hoping they don't get a clean sheet. But I will be hoping they get a clean sheet for the captaincy. So maybe it might work out if they get a clean sheet this week. Let's just see where it falls on. If people are doing the transfer of Gabriel out, it feels like the whole universe, the whole world of FPL is doing Gabriel to Van Dijk. So I don't think there'll be many on the double up. Definitely not on the triple up. Maybe not as much on the double up now with Gabriel gone, like myself there. Semenyo to Gakpo. Already got Bruno for context. Liam. I'm toying with that idea now. I might do it yet. But for now, Semenyo's in the team. But I might change it yet. Let's see where we go. If you've a couple of free transfers, go for it. If not, don't bother. I've got one free transfer left, so maybe I'm being a bit hypocritical there. I hit them with the Uno plus 10 grand. Right, I was at an Uno event in London during the week there, and we just did a load of content with influencers. So just getting that all posted over the last day or so, and just to make sure that went up right there. All good. Fenerbahce, they think Krupa Jr. get to start with all the attacking player doubts for Bournemouth, mate, between him and Caicedo on the bench. Let's see if Caicedo is going to be benched. I do think he will be benched. Same thing as I said about that bench boost a couple of weeks ago, and it started off to disaster with Caicedo benched in the early game. I think it was just after an international break also. So I wouldn't be surprised if Caicedo is benched. Burnley at home isn't really a game that Caicedo is fully needed anyway. So if Caicedo is out, maybe you move him on. How much have you in the bank, Fenerbahce? If you need to get rid of Caicedo, do let us know. Am I selling Semenyo, Conor Lavin? Not yet. I'm tempted. I am tempted though. I might go Gakpo. I'm toying with it. As I said, it's probably risky enough going Saka captain as is without getting rid of Semenyo at 60% owned. But if you don't put yourself in a situation to better yourself or get yourself up the ranks, you'll never do well on FPL. So maybe I should do that, or maybe I should just stick with the crowd and keep Semenyo. I'll decide. And I have an hour and 17 before the lock in is with the deadline. Stark, Guy, King or Good Munson, Adrian Connor. Not the most attractive 3 players there. Guy, King. I don't think Guy is going to start. King or Good Munson. Good month. Leeds are up against Villa, isn't it? King. Fulham against Sunderland. Surely you can start somebody else there, Adrian. Send in the rest of your team, Adrian, there if you can. If you're starting one, maybe the Leeds man, maybe some DEFCON that might keep out Aston Villa. Are they at home, Leeds? Maybe not. They are. Maybe good months, and so if Leeds are at home, but that's the best of a bad bunch there, to be honest with you. Right, back to this. No money for Virgil. Any cheaper alternatives? Kanate. If you want to get into the Liverpool defence, go with Kanate. So, when am I going to free hit? Good question. Nice question. I like that one. A lot of people eyeing up a free hit next week. Game week 13. Let's have a look here. Man City against Leeds. To be honest with you, I'm probably thinking of a triple captaincy next week. Man City against Leeds. Fair enough. Chelsea against Arsenal, but I've only got Raya anyway to where I have got Saka as well, actually. Yeah. Man City against Leeds. Who else would you be attacking there? Crystal Palace. Fair enough. I've triple Crystal Palace against Man United. Maybe next week could be the week to free hit. I didn't even look at it like this. I was more fixated on game week 15, isn't it? With Newcastle against Burnley, City against Sunderland, and Leeds against Liverpool against Leeds. But next week, right, Brentford against Burnley, maybe a stock up on Brentford lads. Do I want 3 Brentford lads on a free hit? Probably not. Let's just make sure you can see these fixtures okay. Brentford and down as far as Chelsea. We'll move down a wee small bit more. Fair enough. City against Leeds, you'll be going triple City on that. Sunderland against Bournemouth. It's not ideal. Sunderland doesn't shout out crazy chance of major returns next week. Probably even the triple captaincy might do better. Even Arsenal against Chelsea, fair enough. I've Ryan Saka. No Liverpool players against West Ham. I will have Van Dijk and Gakpo already if I bring in Gakpo this week. Sunderland at home to Bournemouth. There's a lot of people looking at the free hit next week just because of that Man City and Leeds fixtures, and because Crystal Palace are playing Man United. I'll have triple Palace in that game. So 4 players actually, triple Palace and Bruno. I think there'll be goals in that game, so maybe there's no point getting rid of them. But yeah, game week 13 has been mentioned a lot on Twitter because of that. Wouldn't look at it in game week 14 because of the midweek games. There's too much rotation around the midweek games. Saturday, the 6th of December. I'm actually going to have to shout it out now while we're here. We're doing an event in the Hawkswell Theatre in Sligo. I'm going to be actually live streaming from the Hawkswell on the 6th of December. I'm probably looking at a free hit in game week 15. Not because I said it in the promo video, because Man City are playing Sunderland at home, Newcastle are playing Burnley at home, and Liverpool are playing Leeds away from home. So if I was looking at a free hit there, I'd be looking at triple Liverpool, triple City, triple Newcastle, Fulham against Crystal Palace already. I've triple. I need to look at my team there. Arsenal away to Aston Villa isn't the easiest of fixtures either. Bournemouth against Chelsea, fair enough. Semenyo there, not ideal against Chelsea. The best shout of a free hit is probably 15 when you're trying to attack the fixtures anyway. So that's, you'll be looking at what Haaland, see whatever City midfielder there. Foden is still taking about. Probably even a Donnarumma and goals there. Probably Walter made it at home to Burnley. Maybe even a double up on Newcastle defence in that game, and then you definitely want Van Dijk, Salah, maybe even Ekatike. You'll surely have the money if you're not going Saka. But then I won't be able to afford that if I'm going Salah and Haaland. Maybe you go Ekatike, Gakpo and Van Dijk, and then Haaland, etc, etc. So that's a free hit team there. Only thing then is Man United against Wolves. You want to probably have Bruno Fernandes, or Wem will be gone, won't he? Or he'll just be about to leave after 15. So there's talk of the Cameroonian players have to leave 2 weeks before AFCON starts. So probably Bruno or Cunha even could be the shout against his old club there. But yeah, you're looking at 3 Liverpool, 3 City, 3 Newcastle, and at least a United player in game week 15 for a free hit. So probably going to be a triple captaincy next week. Haaland at home to Leeds surely is the play there, what we're going for. But good question there. Yeah, I'm looking at probably that week for a free hit. Right then, how are we looking here then as well? 26 likes in the chat. If we can get up to 30, that'd be very much appreciated. As I said, let's try and get this push out to a few more people around the world. We're 30 subs off hitting 8.3k. If we get close to that before the end of the stream, that'd be very, very much appreciated. Semenyo to Saka and Gabriel to Richards. If that's for free, yes, starter 80-90. And if you're going to captain Saka, yes. If you can't get Van Dijk, is Kanate a good shout? Nothing wrong with that. Is having Mateta essential? Shouldn't save transfer and go with Woltemade. If it's for free, I'd be going Mateta in with that fixture, yeah. Especially who I don't know who was saying earlier, they're benching Woltemade. So if you have Woltemade and you can get the Mateta this week, I'll be going Mateta in. He's a good shout for the captaincy this week, so I'd go for it, to be honest with you. Get him in and worry about the Man United game next week then when it comes around. Right then, what are we there? 1:45, is it? Or no, the time is right on my phone. 10 to 10. How's the captaincy poll there? Haaland 51%, Saka next in line on 30%. Salah is last, so that just means that his ownership is very low. But some people still do own him in the chat here, which is good to see. I hope you do get your Salah haul today, to be honest with you. Optimally, would not sell Caicedo, but tempted to move him on to Casemiro or Gravenberch. If I had some money on the bank, I'd probably go for Rice. I wouldn't bother going for Casemiro or Gravenberch. No, I definitely wouldn't do that. If you have money for Szoboszlai, maybe. But even at that price, if he's playing right back today, his output is going to be very minimal. So I wouldn't go for that. Abdul in the chat, what do you think of Pope, Chalobah, Van Dijk, Senesi, Richards, Bruno, Rice, Semenyo, Sarr, Haaland, Mateta? Bench is Dubravka, Woltemade, Minta, Alderweireld. 2 free transfers. Anything would you recommend? So Pope, Chalobah, Van Dijk, Senesi, Richards are going forward at the back. Bruno, Rice, Semenyo, Sarr. 4-4-2. Woltemade, Minta. Can you surely play Minta? Minta over Senesi, I'd nearly go. I'd start Minta. Brighton are against who? Brentford, isn't it? At home though. That's game week 15 there. Sorry. Brighton at home to Brentford. I'd be starting Minta in that game, to be honest with you. Get Minta in probably over Senesi or one of the defenders, maybe even Richards. Go for Minta in. He's a decent shout for bringing in this week. Gabriel for the lit, a good choice this week. No, Gabriel to Van Dijk. Has to be Van Dijk in there. Get Van Dijk in. I wouldn't bother getting a United defender, no. Especially with Palace up away from home next week. I can't see us doing well there. On the clean sheet front anyway, so no, I wouldn't do that. Will Semenyo and Calafiori's there? I think they will. What did he say in Calafiori again? He wasn't spotted in training. So maybe I think Semenyo will. At least one of them it will start. Yeah, I can see a few people on the timeline looking to sell Semenyo here. That was in my head last night anyway for Gakpo. I know he fell in price last night, Semenyo. We'll see whether I do the Gakpo move. Right, let's have a look at how much I have for a Semenyo replacement. The only thing is then if I do take him out, it's just his ownership that might kill me. It's, as I said, it's a risk already going Saka captain. Let me see what my options are selling Semenyo. Right, I've about 8.3 in the bank. Is it? Yeah, 8.3 there for a midfielder. 8.7, right. Semenyo's top there. Rice. Do I go triple up on the Arsenal lads? Probably not. And Mbeumo, I can't afford him. Josh Cullen there at 5 is gas there. He's the 5th. Is he 2? He's the 6th top midfielder there. Who was I going for? Gakpo, he's not even there. Wow. There he is there, 7.5. How's he been ticking along the last couple of weeks? 34 minutes against City, 3-2-2, 7-7, 1-1-2. He got a goal and an assist during the international break anyway, didn't he? It is a risk going for him, but the fixtures: West Ham away, Sunderland home, and Leeds. When Semenyo has, fair enough, West Ham, Sunderland, Everton. Are they both on at 3 o'clock today? They are. Let's see. For now, I'm going to leave it like that. Semenyo could probably be leaving the team, but for now I'm leaving him there. Will Semenyo and Calafiori start? I don't think Calafiori will, but Semenyo I think he will, but there's just a risk. If you have cover and Semenyo, that's fine. My only cover is Mukiele. He might get some DEFCON alright, but is it worth going Gakpo and trying to attack that Nottingham Forest game? Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Henry in the chat here: Van Dijk, Timber, Senesi, Mukiele, Anderson, Sarr, Mbeumo, Semenyo, Ndai, Xhaka, Mateta, Thiago, Haaland. Start 10. Van Dijk, Timber, Senesi, Sar, Mbeumo, Ndai, Semenyo, Mateta, Thiago, Haaland. Is that 3-4-3? Yeah, and if you have the money, maybe you've no Bruno. Surely you can do Semenyo to Bruno. Surely you can if you have money available there. Right then, let's get through a few of these then as well. Currently on this, have 3 free transfers and 0.5 in the bank. Captain either Ekitike or Saka at the moment. Raya, Senesi, Munoz, Kanate, Sar, Saka, Semenyo, and Ndai, Ekitike, Haaland, Waltermaid. You enough for Mateta, in for Walt. Grand. Guehi is fit. Sorry, Guehi, or maybe I'm saying his name wrong again there. Guehi is fit. Will Reece James start? Did he play? Was he even called up for the England team? Let's take a look if he was. Reece James is a weird one. If he starts, he obviously has the whole potential, but at that price, I wouldn't even bother with the risk every week, or the pain every week of him whether he's going to start or not. He was on the bench against Albania, 7.9 match rating against Serbia, so he's had a full rest against Albania. You'd expect Reece James to start that game, so yeah, you surely would. He's had a full rest anyway. If you have him, keep him. Surely you have to start him with that. If you don't have him, don't buy him. Guehi is fit. He was back in training on Wednesday, so you'd expect him to start that game also. Do you think Saka's the best for captaincy this week, Jason? He's not the best. He's got a good record against Spurs as all. So as I said, 3 goals and 5 and 7 in his last 7 games against Spurs. I'm at the game myself, and I'm over in London at the moment if anyone is joining late. So that's why I'm captaining Saka, because I'll be there to cheer him on in person. I think it's just worth the risk. Newcastle away for City isn't the easiest of fixtures at all. They might try and shut up shop against Haaland. I'm expecting Haaland to get at least 1. If he gets 2, as I said, I'm in bother. But I'm happy enough to take the risk like I did last week. It paid off massively last week, but that could have easily backfired then as well. So maybe my luck won't be in with the fact if Haaland he missed a penalty last week. He should have got a 13-pointer, and he would have outscored Saka and would have put me down in the ranks, and it would be outside the top 100k. But with the captaincy, with the fact I'm going to be there in person, I think I'm leaving it on Saka. But if there's ever a week, I said it last week, if there's ever a week this week then as well, even if you want to go rogue, going an outside shout out of the top 3 anyway, Mateta away to Wolves is a nice shout also. Wolves are in very much big trouble. 2 points in the first 11 games, 25 goals conceded in the first 11 games also. So I'm expecting a couple of goals from Crystal Palace. I'd prefer if it was Sarah, to be honest with you, but let's see. Is that game on at 3 o'clock as well? I think it is too. That's the worst thing about being over in England. Is it? No, it's tomorrow. Is it? No, it is. Crystal Palace, yeah, there. That's the worst thing about being over in England. There's no 3 o'clock games over here, but just making sure that's all good. There it is. Yeah, there's no 3 o'clock games here, televised anyway. But I'll actually be filming in the Fnatic store later, so I'll keep a close eye on the scores when I'm there. Right, Henry, start that 10 out of those. We got through that already. Saka's the best captain. If you have him, go for it. I do think it's worth the risk. Do you think Reece James and Enzo will start? I think you have a good chance. Enzo back in training, Reece James bench for the second England game. You have a good chance of the 2 of them starting there. If you have them in your team, don't get rid. If you don't have them, don't transfer them in. But we should get some Chelsea team news before the deadline. And you should be able to... If you have Caicedo, I'd be worried about a start for him. But anyway, what about Mbeumo as captain? If you have him, Mbeumo's a lovely shout. If I had enough money in the bank to go from Semenyo to Mbeumo, I would. I just have... I'm 0.2 off them. Okay. Wow, okay, right. But then I had a five Palace and United players in the game next week, so ignore me. But if I did have enough money, I probably would be tempted to go for it. Mbeumo as captain, Monday night fixture, maybe. But if Saka and Haaland Hall, it's just the weight then of the Monday night fixture against Everton. I do think United get a couple of goals, especially at home. but he's not a bad shout for the captaincy if you want to go a bit rogue or a bit more differential. Alice is on Haaland here then as well. I think it's worth the risk this week, mainly because be at the game. Right. Time for another pack. Is it 10 o'clock? Let's get into this then as well. I need to pack an Arsenal player. First pack didn't go down great. So we're going to go into pack number 2. I'm going to take a random one here. Surely we get an Arsenal. Surely we get an Arsenal player in this pack then as well. Yeah, quick reminder then as well, while we're chatting about game week 15, the 6th of December, we're going to be doing an event in the Hawkswell Theatre in Sligo. Come join us. It's only €5 to come in. We'll be chatting through the whole season so far. I'm going to be streaming from there on the morning of the 6th of December, game week 15. Probably going to be locking in a free hit team if I don't play it next week. But if you're around Sligo, call in. Hopefully we'll have a few special guests also. Still working on that then too. But if you're about Sligo, we'll be watching the games throughout the day then too. Little FPL meetup in Sligo. So yeah, if you're about the town, call in. We've done 2 or 3 with them so far in the Hawkswell. They're a nice crowd to be working with also. They're very accommodating then too, and the setup is actually very cool in the Hawkswell also. So if you're about the Hawkswell, call in, say hello, and yeah, it's going to be a nice event there too. Right, pack number 2. We need an Arsenal player. I can't be going through these too much, right? But we need an Arsenal player. For a video I have to do later. Surely we get an Arsenal player in this one. Right, here we go. We're going to start first off. Harrison Armstrong. I'm not even going to pretend I know who he is. First one there, Harrison Armstrong. Michael Coyote. Not going to pretend even that I know who that player is, and also don't know him in FPL. Kendry Paez. Fair enough, we're getting all the academy lads it seems so far. Junior Krupi, we're getting all the young lads. No sign of an Arsenal player when we need one. Utara, he's gone to Brentford then as well. But the ex-Bournemouth lad there, no Arsenal player. There we go. He's not Arsenal, but my guy in Dye there. Good to see him there. Nice little card of him there too. Full Force, Mikey Moore. Still no Arsenal player that we need. Wow, we're still going. Harvey Barnes of Newcastle. We're not going to get an Arsenal player in this pack either. Yuri Tillemans and Shadi Riyadh of Crystal Palace. Another poor pack there. 2 bad packs. I'm not doing well with the pack look. But no, 2 bad packs, so fair enough. Right, let's keep this going. Captain pick Ekatike or Rogers this week. Out of those, Johnny Brooks in the chat. Come on, Johnny. Good to see you. Out of those, Johnny, I think Ekatike. I wouldn't be going Rogers. Away to Leeds. If Villa were at home, fair enough, but not. I'm right in saying that Villa are away. That's game week 15 again. Good stuff. Yeah, Villa are away, so I wouldn't be that confident of Rodgers doing well in that game. Might get a return, not captaincy worthy, I don't think. Darren K in the chat, good man, Darren. Saka captaincy was so good first time to run it back. Good man, Darren. I think I'm gonna have to join me, Darren. Join me. Same thing as last week. I think it's worth the risk of going against Haaland this week. I'm going to be at the game, Darren, then as well. So that's why I'm pretty much locked in on the Saka captaincy. I'm going to have to cheer him on in person. The fact he did so well for us last week. Shout out to Darren. He was at the meetup in Galway. Just before the international break, the 2 of us captain Saka. It was a bit awkward, Darren, with the few lads beside us. It was 3 or 4 lads beside us, all captain Gabriel in that game. Me especially, I went crazy. I think Darren was going mad as well when Saka scored. So apologies to those three or four lads it was around us who had captain Gabriel in that game. But yeah, I think it is time to run it back, Darren. I think it's worthy of going against Haaland again this week. So let's see how it plays out this week. Surely it's worth the risk. And he's a good record as well against Spurs, so that's what's probably making me lock it in on him. What about Calafiori? Is he a doubt, or if you play? If you have Calafiori, you're as well just keep him. If you don't have him, don't bring him in. Timber seems like he's going to be okay. Calafiori is a big doubt then as well. I think I still would. Yeah, that's a good question. If I wasn't going to the game, would I still captain Saka? I think I still would, yeah. Oberday is going well. Don't know who that is. Right, delete that. Grand. That's the weird thing about Telegram. You get messages from fake accounts. And yeah, I can't get Virgil anymore with Mbeumo. And if there's no leaks regarding Semenyo, I think I'll just sell. Don't think I will risk it. But do I get Mbeumo and Gusto, or Mbeumo and Kanate? Mbeumo and Kanate. There you go, Abdullah. Good to go. Who to bench out of Ndoi, Senesi and Richards? Maybe Senesi. Just. I always prefer playing the attacker. It's very close though. Right, good stuff. 10:05. We're getting to the business end of the stream now. If you are still watching and you haven't clicked like on the stream first, if you wouldn't mind going down there, giving the stream a like, and if you are watching and you're not subscribed, click subscribe on the channel. We've brought all my streaming stuff over to London to get the stream sorted. So if you wouldn't mind, please click subscribe, because I'm gonna have to go on the tube after this to go to a different hotel with a big bag pack and a suitcase then as well, full of equipment and clothes. So yeah, please return the favour if you wouldn't mind. Josh Hickey in the chat then, do you think Aston Villa players are going under the radar due to the start they had? I'm thinking Rodgers in for Paqueta instead of Minta. Nothing wrong with Rodgers against Leeds. I just, as Johnny was asking about captaining him, I wouldn't see him as a captaincy shout this week. But nothing wrong with it, going for him if you want. That's true. The fact that they're the start of the season, maybe they are going a bit under the radar, and with these differentials, you kind of have to hop on them early to get ahead of the curve. I do like Minta though. He has been ticking along nicely, but maybe the Minta train has left. Is he going to AFCON? Is that a stupid question? If he is going to AFCON, maybe leave it off. Or what nationality is Minta? Is Minta going to start? No. Is Minta? No, they didn't. Gambia. So he's not going to AFCON anyhow. So maybe just go Minta. Saw Doctor 1998. Will we see Troy Parrott in FPL next season? We could see him in FPL this season. Saw Doctor. If I saw West Ham or Everton could be in from then as well in January. So whatever about next season, he could be in for this season. Will I get him in? Maybe. Finland. How many minutes till the deadline? 53 minutes to go until the deadline. So you have plenty of time to get your teams locked in. Right, then let's just throw this a little retweet here. Nice one, good stuff. Right, Rob in the chat. Rob, good man. Morning, Isle. Team send on X. Mateta or Saka getting the armband? Let's see the team here. Rob, Raya, Mukalele, Senesi, Virgil. Nice defence there. Saka, Enzo, Sarr, Bruno Fernandes, Joe Pedro, Haaland, and Wolves. I didn't realise Chelsea were away. Okay, I thought they were at home. I think I'd join me in Saka if you want, Rob. But Mateta, there's nothing wrong going with Mateta captain either. Troy Parrott for the Ironman, indeed, definitely. As I said, we could easily see him in the Premier League in January with Everton and West Ham in hot pursuit of him. After that, it's mad what 2 matches can do for your life in football terms. It's absolutely crazy. Obviously, he had to score the 5 goals first anyhow, but the fact 2 goals against Portugal, 3 goals against Hungary, and he's getting linked to the Premier League already. So he's flying out over in the league where he is at the moment, but just don't let him get injured before March, before that game against the Czechs in March. But anyway, right, bench 1 of Timber or Senesi, James, Richards. Bench 1, maybe Senesi, James, Richards and Timber. Richards probably the better chance of a clean sheet over Senesi. That's how you go for it there then. That's how you decide on a clean sheet potential wise. James, if James starts, he's got a good chance of even some attacking returns there too. So that's how I'd be looking at it there, going for that. What are we there? Right, so captaincy 52%, Yeah, triple captaincy next week maybe with Haaland against Leeds. I think so. Right, grand, cool, sound. That's all sorted. Haaland sleeps in Troy Parrott pajamas. Hey, everyone knows the name Troy Parrott after that. It's mad what he did for the whole nation then as well. Like even 2-3 hours after the game, I was still full of adrenaline. It was just crazy. And the funny thing is, I didn't say it on the video. The funny thing is, at halftime of the Hungary game, when we were down 2-1, obviously if you're living in Ireland, if you're living in the UK then as well, you know how dark it gets. 4:30 in the day now, it's dark. So that game was at 2 o'clock. I had to film a captaincy video at the weekend. I went to film it Sunday morning, thinking I'd be organised. Went to my local club, the club I play football with. There was a under 14 final on, so there's about 600 people in the park, in the car park. So I couldn't go there. Went back at 1:30. Was it? It was still going on. So I think I went to extra time. So then I went home, watched the Ireland game, and at half time I was considering leaving and going to do the captaincy video, but there's something in my head. I was like, no, we have a chance here. 2-1, we can still get 2 goals. My God, if I went and did that captaincy video, I would have never lived it down. But thank God I stayed, watched the game, watched the end of it, and thank God Parrott got that goal. But yeah, no, crazy. If I went and did that captaincy video and saw that we won it, I don't know what I would have done. But anyway, right, that's what happens when you're an FPL content creator. Then I had to take a half day on Monday at work to get the captaincy video filmed at a pitch and goal. This is the kind of crack that goes on behind the scenes that you don't even know about. But yeah, that's the joys of an FPL content creator between YouTube and Instagram. Anyway, right, we're on 34 likes. Enough of that spiel. Let's try and get to 40. We've nearly 50 in the chat at the moment. It looks like there's 40 people watching. Let's try and get to 40. If you are watching and you haven't subscribed to the channel, please go down there, click subscribe. We're trying to get to 8.3k before the deadline. We've about 49 minutes or so to hit that. So if you are watching and you're not subscribed, please go on down there, click subscribe on the channel, and help me on my way to that then as well. The website is down. Is it? Let me see. Is it down? Maybe it could be your Wi-Fi, man. Maybe a lot of people logging on to get rid of Semenyo. Who knows? Am I getting rid of Semenyo? I don't know. But app is fine here. Saka captain for myself. Maybe I have to move Mukalele first sub. I'm going to do that now, actually. Is Mark E going to start? Who am I captaining? Phantom Hawk. I'm on Saka. I still can't decide on Senesi or Caicedo. Phantom. Let's see on some league news before the deadline. If we get some team news on Caicedo, my prediction is that Caicedo is going to be benched, just because that's always what happens after he comes back from an international break. So I'm going to guess that, but we'll have to see. Is Semenyo to Mbeumo worth it? Free Craig, yes. If not, no. John, Gakpo in for Semenyo, maybe. I'm very tempted to do that myself. Who am I captaining? I'm captaining Saka. The website is down. Am I going to refresh this? Let's try it. Right, I'm going to move Mukalele first sub. I'm even saying no, the website's fine there, John. Maybe it's your connection. Esteva there last on the bench. Saka captain, all good there. Right, that's what we're looking like for now. Semenyo could be moved. It's whether or not we do actually do the transfer. We're gonna have to see on that. Right, let's take him out for now. Grand. Right, back to the chat here. Will Calafiori start? If you have him, keep him. If you don't have him, don't transfer him in. That's the only thing I can say. Why are you not captain Mateta? I think Saka does better than Mateta. Mateta is not a bad shout at all for the armband. I'm going to the Arsenal game myself, so that's one of the main reasons I'm captaining Saka. But also I do think it's a week to go against Haaland. Someone asked me there in the Patreon if I wasn't going to the game would I still captain Saka. I still think I would still captain Saka, to be honest with you. So the main thing there, we've done one free transfer. We've had 2 free transfers so far this week. We have done one, Van Dijk to Gabriel to Van Dijk last night, and then it's just deciding whether or not we do that Semenyo to Gakpo move. 60% ownership for Semenyo isn't ideal if I do go against Semenyo. Let me just see how many minutes Gakpo played during the week. Gakpo. 8.7 against Lithuania. Many minutes did he play though? He scored a penalty. Reinders even scored during the week. What minute was he taken off? 79th minute. Okay, fair. Goal and assist during the week. Surely that should mean Slot is going to start him. Surely he's in form anyway. A goal and assist against Lithuania. Wouldn't mind a goal and assist today if I do go for Gakpo in there. Incognito, Mateta or Haaland this week. If you want to get up some rank, why not go for Mateta? Why not take a risk going against Haaland? Haaland away to Newcastle. Haaland is obviously Haaland. There's weeks where you're going to have to go against them. I always get slated on Instagram and TikTok saying, oh, you're going captain of Haaland again. Majority of the time you are going to be captain of Haaland, but there are going to be weeks, last week especially when I went against them, there's going to be weeks where you're going to have to captain someone that isn't Haaland, and I think this is a week where it's probably worth the risk going against Haaland. So I can see him there, 54% without doubt. It is scary. It is scary going against Haaland, especially when I'm a content creator and I'm going against the crowd, not captaining Haaland. But you have to kind of put yourself into these positions to try and get up the ranks, and it can easily backfire then as well. I'm not fully confident of Saka outscoring Haaland, but I do think Haaland only comes away with one return tonight, and I'm happy enough with that. I'm probably expecting 9 points minimum from Haaland. Can Saka beat that against Spurs? I think he can. I do think he can. At least I'm expecting one return. Even if he gets 7 or 8, a goal, as long as he returns, I'm happy. I'm happy with that. Start Van de Ven or Mukiele. Has to be starting Mukiele there. More chance of Mukiele getting Defcon and Van de Ven. I can see Arsenal getting a couple. Maybe that's being biased with me captain and Saka anyway. But I do think Spurs are going to concede a couple. Especially it would have been in the Emirates also. Paul, would you take a -4 to bring Bruno in for Ndai or Enzo? Probably not for a hit, no. If it was for free, I'd say yes, but not for a hit, no. Not for a hit. Tavernier or Anderson? Is that Anderson of Fulham or Anderson of Nottingham Forest? I'm assuming that's Anderson of Nottingham Forest the way it's spelled, so Tavernier. If that's asking one to start, that's who I'd be going for this week then also. A few new subscribers on the channel there also, really do appreciate that. If you are joining the stream, this is your first time watching me, go down. If you are enjoying the stream, I'll emphasize that you don't have to subscribe, but if you are enjoying it, go down, click subscribe on the channel, and yeah, we are on the road to 10k subs. We've a bit of work to do, but it'd be great if you are enjoying the stream. I'll stop saying enjoying the stream. I've said that too many times now, but go down, click subscribe, and while you're down there, click like on the stream also. Thank you. Jed, is Semenyo and Dye to Saka for a hit worth it? If yes or no. If you're captaining Saka, why not? Why not go for it? If not, I don't think it's worth it. If you're only bringing in Saka to captain Haaland, I wouldn't bother doing it. Leave it off at that. Henry already replaced Gabriel with Van Dijk. I still have 2.2 in the bank. Should I replace Anderson with Munoz? Go for it. If it's for free, Henry, yeah. If it's for free, do that. Do that there. Go with that. Right, back to a few more here in the Patreon. Purchase the month there now. Maybe. So. Sound. Sending in the chat. Mukiele clean sheet, Defcon goal and 3 bonus incoming. Enjoy the game tomorrow. Appreciate that. Do you know what? I wouldn't even be mad at Mukiele if he did that against Fulham. There was going to be a chance if the Arsenal tickets didn't come up that I would have been going to the Fulham and Sunderland game today. But if that was going to be the case, I would have played Mukiele. So let's see how it works out if Mukiele scores and gets that Defcon and 3 bonus and goal. I'll have to blame myself for pushing for the Arsenal tickets, but I can't be mad at Mukiele if he gets that for you. He was my star on my bench a couple of weeks ago, so I have a great fondness for him, and I still might think I'm going to get that Mukiele jersey at some stage this season, even if it's from a fake site or something. But maybe just buy it for the sake of it. Zafran, start Califiori or sell for Van Dijk or Reece James. Van Dijk, get Van Dijk into the team there. If there's any bit of doubt about Van Dijk, maybe just go for it. Right, we've William in the chat there. Let's get over to William's team. But Johnny Brooks is asking about his free hits. We better help Johnny here. Free hit, Nizzy, Sanchez, Lacroix, Guehi, 2 Palace defenders. Fair enough. Digne of all people. Wow, I'd take out Digne, Johnny, there. Sarr, Salah, Rogers, Wafer, Haaland, Ekatike, Watkins. Any changes for the free hit? A lot of them, Johnny. I don't like Digne. If you're going for Crystal Palace, lads, you have to be going Munoz in the fence. Sarr, Salah, Rogers, Weaver. Sarr and Salah are fine. I'm not sure on Rogers and Weaver this week. Haaland, Ekatike, Watkins. Not mad on Watkins either. I'm not mad on the love for the Villa lads and that, to be honest with you. Right. Back to your free hit, Johnny. Right, there's a lot of messages coming on the Patreon now, but Sanchez is fine. Lacroix and Munoz I'll be going for. Get rid of Digne. Surely you can go Van Dijk. Surely you have the money anyway. Maybe you can't with Salah and Haaland in the team though. Sanchez, Lacroix, Munoz. Maybe try and get a Liverpool defender in there. Salah, Sarr is fine. Rogers and Wafer, no. Maybe you even go a Rice if you can't get to Saka. Haaland, Ekatike, Watkins. I think you need Mateta in there. Mateta instead of Watkins there, to be honest with you, Johnny. Let us know how that works out then for you. But Munoz, Mateta have to be in the team there for the free hit. Right, William, what are we saying? Let's get you up here, man. Let's take a look at this. Where are we with William? There we go. 2 free transfers, 3 in the bank. Thoughts? Right, Gabriel has to go for you, William. Gabriel to Van Dijk. Raya, Munoz, Gabriel, Senesi, but that's going to be Van Dijk instead of Gabriel. Saka and Dai, Bruno, Semenyo, Minta, Mateta captain, and Haaland. You're good to go there. So you have Minta to my Sarr. Fair. Okay, I probably would prefer Sarr this week, but you have Minta, so you're good to go. Mateta captain, nothing wrong with that. Maybe you do that Van Dijk move is what all I would be saying there. Get that Van Dijk move in, and you're good to go then. Should I stick with Minta or upgrade to Gakpo? Blake, if you have Minta already in your team, don't bother with Gakpo. Just keep Minta. Bro, how about Ndai? Should I bench from Ukulele or another bench? Start Ndai. Everton might get something against us on Monday. Saffron, Califury to Van Dijk is what I'll be going for there. Niall Hopper, Niall Ella. Team looking like Donnarumma, Timber, Chalobah, Van Dijk, Gravenberch transferred in as a punt. Fair enough. Good morning, Niall, as well. Good man. Donnarumma, Timber, Chalobah, Van Dijk, Gravenberch as a punt. Fair enough. Not ideal, but whatever about it. Minta, Caicedo, Cunha, Haaland captain, Mateta, Pedro. What's your thoughts? Caicedo could be a risk of a benching this morning, so let's see what happens on that. But defense is fine. Timber, Chalobah, Van Dijk, Donnarumma looking good there. Gravenberch as a punt is okay, but I wouldn't have went for it myself. Caicedo and Cunha. I like Cunha, to be honest with you. He could be a nice punt over the next couple of weeks. Caicedo could be a risk. So if you have another free transfer, have a plan on what to do with Caicedo if he's out. Minta then as well. Haaland, Mateta, Pedro. No Arsenal attacker, but you have double. I know you have only one Arsenal defender. No Arsenal attack might come back to bite you, but let's see how that goes. William, thanks FPL. I appreciate all the advice over the year so far. Good man, William. What rank are you, William? I think you're doing very well this season also, aren't you? If you want to be like William, if you want to be a member of the channel and be in the Discord, go down there, click the link. Probably should have done it at the start of the season. You'd be 92k overall now, but I think William is. Are you doing better than me, William? I think you're having a good season anyway. But there's still time to become a member if you want to go down. Don't let that put you off being a member. But yeah, if you want to still be a member, go down and the link is in the description below to the YouTube member or the Patreon. Then also we've a lot over on the Patreon also. And speaking of the Patreon, I need to get through these messages here. I've got Van Dijk in for Gabriel, Raya, Virgil, Munoz, Senesi, Semenyo, Ndai, Sarr, and Mbeumo, Haaland captain. Nice one. Thiago on the bench. Surely I have to start Thiago. Right, let's get these through quickly. FPL advice. Any advice on the wildcard? Soboslai, Sarr, or Doku? 8 in the bank. Raya, Richard, Senesi, Mukulele, Virgil is fine. Saka, Minta, Mbeumo, Soboslai, Devani, Deveni, Mateta, Haaland, Thiago, Sar. Out of those. FPL, what do you think of my team starting lineup? I've already done Gabriel to Van Dijk, but I've one free transfer and 1.1 in the bank. Any transfers you would recommend? I may go Semenyo to Gakpo. Yet. Grand. Offered a gift from members, so give to myself. Another. Alright, sound, grand, bang. That's a lot of them. Got back now. 154k, William, good man. Mateta captain last week knocked me out of the 100k. I'll be around 50k if I'd listened to you all the time. Who are you going captaincy this week, William? That's still good going the 154k. It's so the ranks are so bunched together anyway. So that's the thing about going against Haaland. If Haaland does well, I could be 200k before the Spurs game. So it is a risk. Let us know, William, who you're captaining anyway. Right, back to this. Should I sell Enzo or Sarr? Keep the two of them. Captain Ukulele, saw doctor. Why not? I've a fondness of that man anyway. Not this week, but play him if you can. Fulham isn't a bad fixture at all. HSC officer. I've one free transfer. Gordon plus Gabriel flag. Thinking of Bruno plus 5 million defender. Go for it. Even get a Crystal Palace defender. Richards or I think Gahey is still under 5 anyway, so you can get away with that. Would you gamble the Haaland captain for Pedro? Early kickoff could be a disaster, Niall. If Chelsea were at home, maybe, but the fact that Chelsea are away from home, I thought Chelsea were at home. I don't think I'd do the move, so maybe not. No, or I don't think I'd do that captaincy. Leave it off. No, I don't think I would. Nearly 50 people in the chat. We're nearly on 50 likes. If you are watching and you haven't liked the stream, go down there, give the stream a like if you wouldn't mind at all. So, and we're nearly on 8,280. We're 2 subs off that. We're trying to hit 8.3k before the end of the stream. If you're new to the channel, first off, like the stream. Let's get a push out to a few more people around the world, and let's try and get to that on the sub count if we can at all. That'd be very, very much appreciated. But Niall, no, I don't think I'd go Pedro captain. Just the fact it's away, early kick-off then as well. You're probably laughing even if he gets a return. He's a small bit of a differential now. I know a lot of them got rid of him over the last couple of weeks when he was off form, and now he's got 2-2, isn't it? But I don't think it's worth the captaincy on him, especially the early kick-off. It's a long game week then, especially with Haaland, Salah 3 o'clock, Haaland at the 5:30, and then Saka tomorrow. So, and maybe even some of the United lads are going to be captained by people on Monday night, so maybe not. Frana, Virgil or Timber for Gabriel. I don't have Raya or any other Arsenal defender. I like Virgil, but I think I'll miss out on Arsenal defence, which is a highly owned. Maybe you have to prioritise getting an Arsenal defender in. If you have 2 free transfers, maybe do Raya, or maybe you get a Timber and Van Dijk. I just like Van Dijk for the next couple of weeks, and up until game week 20, isn't it? But I also said on my YouTube video, when I brought in Gabriel, whenever the week he scored against Newcastle, during my YouTube video or during the stream, I spoke into the existence of his attack and return coming around. So I'm going to speak it into existence now. This is the week Van Dijk gets his attack and return. 27th minute. Let's see if he gets it. If anyone knows me, 27 is my lucky number. So that's it, spoken into existence. 27th minute, Van Dijk is going to get an attack and return. But maybe Frano, you have to prioritise getting an Arsenal defender, but I would try and get Van Dijk in there too if you can. 80-40 in the chat, as always, good man, great stream as always, but appreciate that. Questions: Thiago and Gahey on the bench, not sure what to do. Calafiori, James and Senesi, Enzo, Bruno Fernandes, Semenyo, Saka captain, Rice, Pedro, Haaland starting. Saka captain is good to see anyway. Thiago and Gahey on the bench. Calafiori, James and Senesi, Enzo, Bruno, Semenyo, Saka, Rice, Pedro, Haaland. Maybe do you bench Rice and start Thiago? Maybe, but there's a good chance of Defcon. Do you bench Semenyo? Maybe not. If he is going to start, I have Semenyo should have started or sell him for Mbeumo. If it's for free, I'd be tempted to do that Mbeumo move. Yeah, if it's for free, sell Enzo or Sarr. Nigel, keep the two of them. Have it on Mateta currently. William, sorry, I missed that. Have it on Mateta currently, but still time to either go Saka or Haaland. being high so early, I feel like taking chances to get even higher. It's hard to know what to do. I'm exactly like that, William, then as well, because I'm up this high. Maybe it is worth a risk to go against Haaland once again, and that's why I'm looking towards going against Haaland. When you're up this high, it's easy. Maybe it is easier to try and have a bit more fun around the game. When you're kind of struggling, you kind of leave it on Haaland to kind of protect yourself and keep your rank somewhat okay. But with that Saka game, or with that Arsenal game, I think I'm locked in on that. And as I said, Haaland away to Newcastle is not the easiest of fixtures. So let's see where we go. Daniel, I'm using 4-4-2. Timber, Virgil, Guehi, Senesi, Rice, Sarr, Enzo, Szoboszlai, Mateta, Haaland. Benches, Mukiele, Waltermaid, Semenyo. Have you money for Semenyo to Mbeumo? If you do, I probably would bench Senesi there. Change to 3-5-2. If you've got that much on your bench, money wise, maybe you should be getting rid of one of them. Maybe. Grand, right. Half past now. Maybe it's time for another Premier League pack. Once we get the 50 likes, actually, you know what? We'll say that once we get the 50 likes, we'll open a next Premier League pack. We're gonna pick a random one here. We're gonna go on the right side. We need an Arsenal player. Once we get the 50 likes on stream, we'll open this pack up then as well. We've a full pack here to get through. As I said, if you're at the Arsenal and Spurs game, and if you see me outside the Emirates, come up and say hello, and I'll have a few packs to give away on Sunday. So call over and say hello to us. Right. Once we hit 50 likes, as I said, we're nearly on 8,280 subs on the stream then as well. So if you are watching and you haven't subscribed, go down there, click subscribe on the channel, and that'd be very much appreciated. Right, I can see we just hit 50 likes on the stream there then as well. So this is the pack. I'm opening it up here, put it up to the screen there then as well. As I said, the price of these packs are absolutely scandalous. €4 per pack. As I said earlier, these were 80 cent when I was collecting football cards when I was younger. 80 cent or even €1 was the most expensive they got to. But right, who are they? All same players on the front. Maybe if we pick a pack that has an Arsenal player, maybe we might get an Arsenal player. Is that? There's Declan Rice is on the front of this. What am I even saying? Right, Declan Rice on the pack. Surely we get an Arsenal player now. Right. Right, that's not a great start from the looks on that. Right, Robinson of Fulham. There's number 1. Lewis Guilherme. Don't even know. Utara again. Lewis Dunk. We're not going to get an Arsenal player. Lewis Dunk there. Beast Mode Evan Nielsen, which isn't too bad at all. Calvin Bassey. Damn it! I thought that was the Arsenal one. No, it's not. Calvin Bassey. I thought this was Saliba and Gabriel when I saw the haircut, but it's not. And Golden Lion Mitoma. There we go. Nice one. Good stuff. And Ryan Yates. Cool. Right. So no Arsenal player then. 3 packs down. No Arsenal player. And I need to pack an Arsenal player. With what I need to do later. But anyway, right. Might open one more before the end of the stream, and then that'll be plenty open then, right? Or maybe I might just have to buy an Arsenal an Arsenal card at the Fanatic store later. Right, back to this. How we looking? Half past, 32 minutes past. One last decision whether to sell Semenyo or bring in or keep him. Sorry, that's what we need to do. Let's see where we go. Right, hopefully we're still going okay. I'm getting a bit of a warning on screen here, but I think we're okay. Mateta captain there for Noel McGovern. Fair enough, Noel. Do you prefer Minta or Sarr over the next 3 games or so? I think Sarr just before he leaves. I'd go with Sarr. Especially this week, you could get a serious return from Sarr in that Wolves game. So I'd go for that then as well. Right, we've 74 people in the chat then as well. We're on 52 likes. Let's try and get this pushed out to a few more people around the world. If you are watching and you haven't subscribed, please do click subscribe while we've that number in the chat then also. And send in any questions ahead of the deadline, and I will get back to you. Are you confirmed Saka captain? I captained last week as well as Zafron. I'm pretty much confirmed on Saka captain. Yeah, I'm pretty much locked in. Niall, hope all is well. Who would you bench from Van Dijk, Senesi, Richards, Calafiori, Reece James, Saka, Caicedo or Sarr? who would I bench? Van Dijk, Senesi, Richards, Calafiore, Reece James, Saka, Caicedo, or Sarr? You might even decide it for you with Caicedo, if he is going to be bench. I'm expecting him at that. Just wait for some Chelsea news, and I might make the decision up for yourself. Liverpool FC on. We'll just give it 20 minutes. We or even 15. We should get some Chelsea news. Do I sell Sarr or Enzo? No. Semenyo to Sarr for a -4, not for a -4. For free, maybe, not for a -4 though. Should I buy Gakpo and will he score 2 goals? Finland. I hope he does. If I do make that move, I hope he does. A goal and assist against Lithuania during the week. He came off on the 79th minute, so he should be a decent rest before that Forest game. Surely he does start. Are you confirmed Saka captain? I am. Will Reece James start, Craig? He was benched for the Albanian game, Craig, so I think he should be fine to start that game this morning. Sean Frayne in the chat, man, how's things? All good on wildcard. Anyone you reckon is essential beyond Haaland, Verge and Mateta? At least one Arsenal defender, anyway. At least one United attacker, Bruno or Mbeumo. Probably would even go Saka then as well if you're not getting Salah. Mateta, Haaland, Verge, one Arsenal defender, Munoz, maybe even Munoz on your wildcard. Sean, that's what I'd be going for there. Send in a wildcard draft if you want, and we'll help you through that then as well. But I'd probably even go on Saka is pretty much essential then as well. Just because I'm going for the armband with him then as well. Right, 55% on Haaland captain, 31% on Saka, Mateta in third on 9%, sorry, and then Salah on 6%. Who would be your third choice option for a captaincy? Mateta, Saka, Haaland, Mateta. Hey mate, is Gakpo an option now that Wirtz is injured? He definitely is. That's what I'm looking towards. Gakpo as a shout on the arm, or not for the armband, as a shout for bringing in this week. Free hit next week, William? I don't think so. Maybe I can get away with the free hit next week. I know Chelsea are playing Arsenal, United against Palace. That's 4 of my players in that game then as well. But I do think game week 15 is a good shout for the free hit. Triple up on Newcastle against Burnley, triple up on Man City against Sunderland, triple up on Liverpool against Leeds, and then even 1 or 2 against United away to Wolves. You expensing the cards, Leo? I am. I'm opening them away here, but I have to. I have to get an Arsenal player to film a video, and I expense the full box to pack one. I've opened 3, still haven't got an Arsenal one, so maybe when I'm at the Fanatics store later, I'll just buy an Arsenal pack or an Arsenal player there and expense that. Because we're filming outside the Emirates tomorrow, so I need a few Arsenal players for a few different videos. But anyway, let's see. Maybe I'll open one more before the stream ends. But yeah, we'll see. Good man, Leo, for tuning in then as well. I work with Leo, so shout out to him for that. And sorry, never mind about working for Leo. Whatever you see on stream here, this was all made by Leo. He's a top man for the support on this channel. Whenever you see my YouTube videos, he makes all those templates. So never mind working with him. He basically made everything you're seeing here. So good man, Leo. Both minute stouts this week, but need to pick one to start between Caicedo or Krupa Jr. I packed Evan Nielsen in the last pack, so maybe that means Evan Nielsen is going to start. But then I also packed Krupa Jr. earlier, but I do think Evan Nielsen is first choice there. Really tempted by Munoz, captain, Mason. Wow. I don't think I would captain Munoz. If he gets in a return, it's good enough as is without having to captain him there. Right, 22 minutes to go until the deadline. Am I making this Semenyo move? Let's see. Maybe I am. Do I make the move? I'm not sure. Let's see. Any Semenyo news? He should be fine. It's gonna be a late assessment if he plays or not, or a late check, a fitness test if he's gonna play or not. But if you haven't covered a bench, I have Mukulele as my cover, which is it's not the worst one, to be fair. Someone going Haaland captain when he told me all week he was going when he was going Haaland, and I told him I was going Saka. Now he's after changing to Saka. He's a mini league rival, the fecker. Ndai to Buendia, thoughts? No, keep Ndai. What's your plan for triple captain and a free hit in Marcus Alexander? Good question. I'm probably looking towards a triple captain next week on Haaland, and then probably a free hit in 15. Let's see where we go. Gakpo may not be starting. Was thinking of Wem or Saka, but we'll lose Gabriel cash if Saka. Need to sell Gabriel if he's out. It's a risk with Gakpo. Right, I'm still deciding on Gakpo. It's better to risking it with Semenyo, right? I think so. It is a risk, though. Right, and Welbeck ran out of character. Sean, sorry. Avoiding Arsenal until 16 when I have 5 free transfers. I feel like you'd change a good bit, but anyway. Alisson, Verd, Senesi, Richards, O'Reilly is interesting. Esteve and Mbeumo, Bruno, Foden, Sarr, King, Haaland, Mateta. Avoiding Arsenal until 16 when I have 5 free transfers. I feel like you'd change a good bit. But anyway, Alisson, Verd, Senesi, Richards, O'Reilly, Esteve and Mbeumo, Foden, Sarr, King, Haaland, Mateta. Haaland, Mateta is fine. Foden on wildcard, I'm not fully sure on Foden away to Newcastle then as well. And Mbeumo and Bruno is okay, to be fair. But Alisson, Verd, Senesi, Richards is fine in defence. Even O'Reilly, he is getting the starts anyway. And Welbeck, I'm assuming you're benching King and starting Welbeck then as well. It's not the worst wildcard. I probably would prefer Saka over Foden and Mbeumo. Maybe you can even get that. Surely you can, Sean. Alex in the chat then. Alex Mickelson, good man. 1 free transfer and have Gabriel and Semenyo. Already have Van Dijk. Munoz is your man, Alex. Yeah, get Munoz into the team there. Good stuff. To start, James, need to bench one of Virgil, Richards, Timber, Minta, Sarr, Semenyo, Saka. Maybe Richards, maybe Richards. My budget sucks, by the way. I've lost a load of team value, so maybe you can't get Saka in then. So it's not the worst one. Would I get a -4 to get Semenyo replaced, Alex? No, I wouldn't do a -4 for it. Rice bench. Thoughts on starting 11 and captain? Could maybe start him over Walt. What about Clivert? Sorry to DM now, I'll just need a bit of extra help. All good, don't worry. Just needed a bit of extra help on my FPL draft team. I'm not sure about the midfield options. I'll send some picks who is available still for transfer. And what to do or recommend is my starting lineup. Okay. What about Clivert or Tavernier for Kudus or Grealish? Or Ahmed for Kudus, Doku for Grealish, or swap Grealish for Ndai. Wouldn't do that. Pickford, Timber, Senesi. Oh, this is a draft team. This is draft. Right, so you can do. Wouldn't do Doku. Wouldn't do any of those. Gravenberch, no. I think leave as is. He's gone to VDB before Rise. Sound right. We've 18 minutes to decide on what to do with Semenyo. 18 minutes. If we get to what are we on now? If we get to 65 likes, we'll open another pack on stream then as well. Need to pack an Arsenal one. But Alex, back to, would I do a -4? No, I wouldn't do that. Alex Kelly, morning man. Would you go for Alisson and cheap defender or Riley and Verbruggen on wildcard? Also, would you go Cherky or Minta on wildcard? Is Semenyo going to play? Right, so first off, would you go for Alisson and cheap defender or Riley and Verbruggen? Define a cheap defender now, Alex. How much are you? Can you get? Is that like a Chris Richards cheap, or is that even cheaper with a Mukulele maybe? Alisson and cheap, I would say. Also, would you go Cherky or Minta? Minta out of those. Is Semenyo going to play Red Colin? If you've no cover on your bench, maybe you move Semenyo on. But I do think he will start. It's just whether or not he outperforms Gakpo. I'm torn towards Gakpo. And it's not worth a -4 Emmanuel. If it was for free, Semenyo to Gakpo, yes, but not for a -4. William, I play a draft too, but it's a totally different long-term game. I've Gabriel on that too. No way I'm transferring out. Definitely don't know. Keep Gabriel into the team. What to do at Ultimate if to sell to whom? Mateta is your man there for Ultimate. If you don't have Mateta, get him into the team there. 3.9 for Achapom. Fair enough. Go Alisson and that. If you have your bench boost already played, then Alex, just do that then. Alisson and a cheap one. Make sure you have Van Dijk then as well. Which defender do you recommend instead of Ukulele? Keep Ukulele. Right. My main concern is not Caicedo being benched, but him being taken off at halftime. I prefer a 60 of Chelsea's fixtures. The game with a few goals, important fixtures come up for Chelsea. That's why I expect him to be benched. Fenerbahce is the only thing. Michael Keane, but yeah, Fenerbahce, as I said, I had him in my team right after the international break and he was benched, which wasn't ideal, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he is benched this week. John Michael Keane, Juve, Van de Ven, which one of three to start? Juve is up against Bournemouth, isn't he? Van de Ven against Arsenal, not much of a muchness there really. Maybe Michael Keane for Defcon against United, probably that's your best chance there. I'm so confused between Mateta and Mbeumo for captain. Any idea? I probably will go Mateta there. I'm torn between Rice and Semenyo to start. Thinking about Rice, to be honest. What do you think, Rick? Probably will go Rice there. Sell Ultimate to who? I've JP and Haaland. Mateta, Yasin Mateta. He was benched the first time in 2 years. Few games ago on the bench boost you mentioned, so that was a complete anomaly. But that was right after an international break then also. So I wouldn't be surprised if he is benched again. That is the only thing. Right, and I need to get deciding on this one as well. Sean in the chat, man. I appreciate that, man. Haven't seen one of these in a while. Could do Foden to Saab and Mbeumo, Bruno to Saka, but I think I'll go without, to be honest. Appreciate that fiver, Sean. Really do appreciate that, man. That's very kind of you. Haven't seen one of these in a while. Could do Foden to Saab and Mbeumo, Bruno to Saka, but I think I'll go without. Could you do Foden to Gakpo and Mbeumo to Saka? Just with Szoboszlai playing right back if Bradley's out. I wouldn't see much of an output from Szoboszlai in that game today. And I don't like him after the Ireland game. He was very good, but just the Hungarians were just falling over themselves, lying on the floor. So they're not my favourite nation at the moment. But I doubt they're saying the same for us Irish folk. But Foden to Gakpo and Mbeumo to Saka if you can on wildcard, Sean. Do let us know, but really do appreciate the fiver there. Shout out to Sean for that, man. Noel McGovern, Ruffs, Senesi, Trufair, Timber, Munoz, and Mbeumo, Fernandez, Rice, Sarr, Haaland, and Mateta captain. Senesi, Trufair, Timber, Munoz, and Mbeumo, Fernandez, Rice, Sarr, Haaland, and Mateta captain. Mateta captain is fine. You don't have Saka, so that's fair. Nothing wrong with going against Haaland anyway for the captaincy. I'd leave it at that. You're all good there. Sakib, right? You're jumping on the train. Sorry, let's. Should I lock this in? About to jump on the train. One of Signal, Raya, Senesi, Munoz, Kanate, Sarr, Saka, Semenyo, Ekatike. I'd capped Saka. Right, all good there. Let's keep going with the chat. Think Jones will be right back and Szoboszlai in the middle. That's the run-up lineups I've seen in Liverpool groups. Fair enough if Jones is right back. Szoboszlai through the middle. Don't forget he is on 4 yellow cards. Be mindful of that also. So keep that in mind as right. Right, what are we on? 64 likes. As I said, once we hit 65 likes, we'll open up another pack then, and that'll be the last pack before the stream ends. Then I need to decide on what to do with Semenyo, if I take him out or if I keep him. We're very close to hitting. We're one off hitting 8,280. So if you are watching and you haven't subscribed, if you wouldn't mind going down there, click and subscribe on the channel. And we're trying to get to 10k subs. We have to worry about hitting 9k first, but hopefully we can hit that some stage of the season. Vert's been starting a lot. Vert's is meant to be out for the next couple of weeks, Sean, anyway, so that should be good news for a Gakpo start. Ops on Markey, out for Thiago and Gabriel to what 4.2 million defenders. Is Mukalele still 4.2? Maybe he is. Maybe go for that. Reckon Gakpo starts? Yeah, no, I think he probably does this week, especially goal and assist midweek, and the fact that Vert's is set to be sidelined for the next while or so. Right then, let's see what we're gonna do here. If I'm taking out Semenyo or if I'm keeping him. I'm about 60% keeping him, 40% taking him out, but that could change in the next 10 minutes or so also. Keep Semenyo or sell for a -4. If you have Semenyo, don't sell him for a -4. Don't sell him for a -4, no. Do I get rid of Semenyo? Let's see. Trying to decide here now what I can do looking at fixtures. The fixtures are there for Liverpool as well. He does have a nice run of fixtures. Maybe he will be okay though. Maybe I'll just do nothing. I've Mukalele for sub if needs be. Fulham away. I'll be not devastated. I'll be annoyed if Semenyo doesn't start and Gakpo pops off. Is the only thing. Alright, 10 minutes to go. Right, any Chelsea team news, Craig? Not at the moment, no. Not yet. Not quite yet. Should I do Walter made to Thiago already? Right, we've just hit 74 likes, so that means we're gonna have to open up a pack. So, well, okay, right. Let's get this going. Said 65 likes. Said gonna have to do a quick one and then get the team locked in. Rice on the front of the pack once again. Let's get an Arsenal player here, please. We need this for filming. Let's get an Arsenal player. Let's see, a Liverpool player. Right, if this is Gakpo, I'm not gonna look. If this is Gakpo, does that mean I transfer him in? Patrick Bamford first off. Chris Rigg, Alexander Isak in a Newcastle jersey, not ideal. Kinski, oh, we got one. Lovely, 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 lovely. We got one. Declan Rice on the front, Declan Rice in the pack. We have one for filming wise. That is lovely. Who else have we? No, it's the young lad Rio. Right, we've got Declan Rice. We need that for filming. I'm gonna have to keep that safe. That's good going. We've got a Declan Rice card. Lovely, cool. Thanks for hitting me. Thanks for letting me hit 65 likes. We well surpassed that, but we got our Arsenal player. So that's the filming sorted wise. Right, Semenyo's finished. He won't start any afternoon buzzing about. Gabriel absolutely buzzing to have packed Rice there. Should I do Walter made to Thiago? Already have Haaland and Mateta. If you're gonna bench Walter made, maybe you move him on. Maybe you do. If it's for free, why not go for it? I'm in two minds about this Gakpo move now. I'm gonna have a think about this quickly. Maybe I just leave Semenyo. Does that mean transfer Rice and Semenyo? Unfortunately not, no. Hi man, happy to see you again. How would you line up my team? Raya, Van Dijk, Gehi, Senesi, James, Saka, Enzo, Semenyo and Dai, Reinders, Haaland, Pedro, Thiago. Bench Reinders, start Haaland, Pedro, Thiago, Semenyo, Enzo, Saka and Dai, Van Dijk, Gehi and James. Good to go then, Mark. All good there. Doku or Neto? Neither. Neither. Love that you're on the Saka captain. I'm on the same. Mike. Hopefully it goes well for us. I'll be cheering him on anyway. Saka and Bremer for Menu is a tough call. Saka and captain him. Right then, let's keep this going. 3 minutes to go. Or sorry, not 3 minutes ago, 7 minutes ago, 53. Doesn't Burnby Ninja make Haaland a clear choice? It doesn't. Not because if it was at home, maybe for City Mo. I just think Newcastle away, it's a tough spot to go to. So no, I don't think so. I'll be watching from Barbados next week. Lots of snow just here now, buzzing about. It's absolutely freezing here in London anyway. Well, it was last night. So hope you enjoyed the snow, man. Good stuff. I did Semenyo to Gakpo, Elohim. I hope it goes well for you. I hope it goes well, man. I'll be watching from Barbados. Good. I did Semenyo. Also did Semenyo to Gakpo. I don't think I'm gonna do it now though. I was thinking about it all stream, but maybe I'm backtracking on it now though. 6 minutes to go. Do I do it? Do I do it? Do I do it? Let's see. Maybe I don't want this late stage. Maybe I'll leave it on. I'll leave it on Semenyo of Ukulele first sub, which isn't the worst one. Last one. Double Palace defense or start and die. Start and die. Semenyo to Rice. No. If it's for a hit, don't do it. If it's for free, I think I'm on the fence now. I don't think I'm gonna do the Semenyo transfer. I did say I was 70, then I'm gone down to 60% of keeping Semenyo. I think I'm gonna keep him. Five minutes to go here, anyway. Right, I better send this team into the. Any Chelsea news? None just yet. I think he'll most likely be also taking fiction because they may be able to afford rest. Will he be making the switch? I think I'm leaving it. Alright, let's get this sent in anyway. My team: Raya, Van Dijk, Guehi, Munoz, Senesi, Gakpo, Sarr, Saka captain, Waltermid, Haaland and João Pedro. All good to go there. Semenyo to Cunha maybe with Sesko out. Not a bad shout either, but I already have Bruno Fernandes. If you don't have Bruno, just go for it, yeah. I'd probably make that transfer, yeah. Let's see what we're doing there. Sarfan, Hecker, Thiago. Definitely Thiago. Definitely Thiago. Like the Gakpo shout though. Cheers, Sean. No bother at all, man. Do you hate Doku as a pick? Would just love Triple City? No, Doku's just a transfer waiting to happen, man. Don't do that move. He's not even nailed. He was very good against Liverpool last week, but he's not nailed, so I wouldn't go for that. We've 90 in the chat here also, which is great to see. We're nearly at 100 people. If you're outside the Emirates, come over, say hello to us. I'm going to be filming with Tops tomorrow. Get yourself a couple of packs off me then as well. If you do see us, come over and say hello, have a chat with me. Maybe get in a video then as well, and a few of these packs could be coming into your pocket then as well. I think I'm a Mateta leaves me with 0 in the bank. Woltemade, yeah, do it. Get Mateta in for that Wolves fixture, definitely. That could be a 10-point swing there if Mateta gets 2 and Woltemade. 11-point swing if Mateta gets 2 and Woltemade does nothing. So I'd go for that. Right, Mukulele on the bench. First sub for Semenyo if needs be. One free transfer. I think I'm happy enough to leave it. Just with Semenyo, he's got the security of minutes. This is the week I should have probably been bringing in. This is the week I probably should have been bringing in Gakpo, but I think just at Semenyo's ownership, maybe I just keep it. Thinking Mateta, but leaves me with 0 in the bank. Sakib, I'd do it. Just do it, man. I need to gain some rank, so I'm Mbeumo captain over JP. Mateta, go Mateta instead of Mbeumo captain if you want a differential one, go for that. 2 minutes to go until the deadline. 2 minutes to go. Don't forget to give the stream a like if you haven't done so already. We're nearly on 100 plus viewers, aren't we? By the looks of it there, and good to see the extra bit of subs on the channel then as well. If you are new to the channel and you are still watching and you haven't subscribed, if you wouldn't mind, please going down there, click and subscribe on the channel. We're on the road to 10k subs. Let's worry about 9k first. And yeah, Saka captain, big call this week on the captaincy then as well. Need Saka to do well. Don't have enough for Mateta. We'll need to downgrade a player to get Sakib. Damn. What are we doing here? That's my chat there. You have a minute to go, so keep. Don't do it so. You've already got Ekatiki. You can't. We're looking at your 7.9 million price tag. Damn, you can't get it. Never mind. Leave it off. So if you can't get him, Semenyo to Mbeumo. If it's for free, if you have a load of transfers, do it. If not, just keep Semenyo. I'm at peace now. It's a minute to go to the deadline. I'm gonna leave him in the team. Saka captain is my big risk this week. Maybe I shouldn't be pushing my luck and going against Semenyo, especially if he does start. 60% ownership, that's going to put me down in rank. Never mind if Haaland goes off in one. So that's the basis why I'm keeping Semenyo. I know I was chatting about Saka, or I was chatting about Gakpo all week. I think it's just if Semenyo starts and scores, I'm already putting myself in bother with not going Haaland captain. That's my reasoning for not bringing in Gakpo. When I was saying I was very tempted to, but I was 70% towards keeping Semenyo and looking at Andy brought in Cunha for Semenyo. Nice, good shout there, nice one. Yeah, let's see where we end up. It could easily backfire as well from no, but Cunha is a decent shout as well. I could even go for Cunha next week for Semenyo. Is Cunha? I've 8.3 in the bank for a Semenyo replacement if I need one. But yeah, that's another deadline stream done. 11 o'clock. Checkout here is at 12, so I can chill here, charge up all my phones and that for the next while or so. But that's another deadline stream gone. Really do appreciate everyone tuning in. As I said, I made sure to get a deadline stream out of the way. I'm over in London at the moment with work, heading to the Arsenal game tomorrow. If you do see us outside the Emirates, call over and say hello. We've a few of these to give away on the day. They're backwards there. With a few of these to give away of a box full of them. So if you do see us, come over to me and have a chat. Right, that's it for another deadline stream then. Main thing here is Saka captain. I brought in Thiago, Paul for Waltermid and Van Dijk for Gabriel this week. Sarah's the week to return, or he's out next week. Fair enough. That's another thing. Yeah, maybe that's why I didn't make my my second transfer. Maybe that's why I played it cool and kept Semenyo. Let's see how he gets on. At least they're all on at 3 o'clock today anyway. So let's see how we go. Right, grand job, all good there, grand. Sound, before we hop off, do drop a like on the stream if you haven't done so already. Thank you again for all the new subs since we started the stream then as well. It's great to get another deadline stream out of the way. This is either going to go one way or the other. We're going to be on a massive red arrow with Haaland this evening. I'm in bad need of a Saka haul on Sunday. Green arrows for Saka captainers Elohim. I hope so too. Ukulele first sub if we don't get Semenyo. But yeah, that's another deadline stream out of the way. Do drop a like on the stream if you haven't done so already. We're nearly on 90 likes, 88 likes as of now. The cards are helping us get up on the likes anyway, which is good to see. But any more questions, maybe we'll throw up this week before we do knock off anyway. But if you are watching and you haven't subscribed, please do click subscribe on the channel. We're working hard behind the scenes to get some growth on this channel, and it has been working, but I just need to keep at it. Let's throw this up here. Game week 12, team locked in. Gabriel to Van Dijk. Free transfer. Saka. Overall rank. And shout out Sean then as well. Sean, if you're there for the donation then, Sean, really do appreciate that, man. Very, very kind of you. Best of luck for the week. Right, that's another deadline stream out of the way. It's all on Saka versus Haaland this week. If you're team Saka, let us know. Right, 90 likes is great to see. I think we leave it at that, so I'm going to have a shower, get me bags packed, to hop on a tube then full of a bag full of laptops and a suitcase full of clothes, and head to my next hotel then in the opposite side of London. But as always, thank you to everyone for watching the stream. If you've captain Saka, hopefully we'll be seeing some of these this week. Get them sent in the chat there then. Right, as always, thank you. We'll see you all during the week for a game week 13 team selection. I might even do a YouTube video tomorrow in the hotel after the game. Let's see what kind of form I'm in. But Sean, appreciate that, man, and the donation. Then best of luck for the week, lads. Even if you did captain Haaland, I hope you have a good week anyway. But right, we're gonna leave it there. Thanks for watching. Best of luck for the week. We'll see you in the next video.